Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly bend reality in their favor, attracting wealth, influence, and success, while others struggle endlessly despite working just as hard? The answer lies in hidden principles that most people never uncover. Welcome to Summary Shelf, your trusted destination for life-changing book summaries designed to fuel your personal and professional growth. Here, we break down the most powerful ideas from the world's greatest books, giving you practical wisdom you can apply immediately to transform your life. In today's video, we'll be diving deep into The Forbidden Laws of Reality by Kalen Junior. This is no ordinary book. It reveals profound truths about the unseen architecture that governs money, power, happiness, and manifestation itself. To make this journey clear and actionable, we've carefully distilled the book into 12 comprehensive key points. Each point is crafted to give you both understanding and practical application, so you don't just learn these laws, you live them. So, stay with us until the very end, because what you're about to discover has the potential to shift the way you think, act, and create your reality. And before we begin, kindly take a moment to subscribe to Summary Shelf, turn on the notification bell, and give this video a like. That way, you'll never miss another powerful book summary that could change the course of your journey. Now, let's begin this exploration into the forbidden laws of reality. Key point 1. Reality is shaped by conscious perception. Our perception of reality is not merely a reflection of what exists outside of us. It is a direct construction of our consciousness. Kalen Junior emphasizes that reality, as we experience it, is deeply filtered through the lens of awareness, beliefs, and mental focus. Two people can live through the same event, yet interpret it in entirely different ways. One may see opportunity, while the other sees misfortune. This difference arises not from the external circumstance itself, but from the inner perception shaping the experience. In other words, what we choose to notice, value, and emphasize gives rise to the reality we live in. The author stresses that our conscious perception acts as both a lens and a projector. It filters incoming experiences while simultaneously projecting meaning onto them. If your mind is filled with doubt, fear, and limitations, you will interpret circumstances through that filter and create a restricted version of reality. On the other hand, if your mind operates from clarity, openness, and positive expectation, you naturally construct a reality of possibility and growth. The forbidden truth here is that objective reality does not exist in a fixed form. It is continuously sculpted by the consciousness observing it. This law explains why personal transformation always begins within. Shifting the world around you requires first shifting the world inside you. By consciously directing your focus, you change the way you perceive situations, and consequently, the outcomes you attract. For example, a setback can either become a crushing failure or a stepping stone to resilience, depending on the consciousness through which you interpret it. What you repeatedly choose to focus on eventually defines not only your perception, but also the results you manifest. Ultimately, Kalen Junior reveals that perception is power. Once you accept that your awareness is the true architect of experience, you realize that external reality is flexible, not fixed. The so-called laws of the world bend to the quality of your consciousness. This insight frees you from feeling like a victim of circumstances and empowers you to recognize yourself as the shaper of reality itself. Conscious perception is not a passive process. It is the master key to constructing the life you desire. Action steps. 1. Practice mindful awareness. Spend 5 to 10 minutes daily observing your thoughts without judgment. Notice how your internal dialogue shapes the meaning you give to events. 2. Reframe situations consciously. When faced with challenges, deliberately ask yourself, what empowering meaning can I give to this? This trains your mind to build constructive realities. 3. Focus on what you want. Each morning, write down 3 things you choose to focus on for the day. By aligning perception with intention, you gradually shape a reality consistent with your desires. Remember, reality is not carved in stone. It bends to the lens through which you see it. The world around you mirrors the world within you. When you consciously direct your perception, you unlock the power to sculpt reality itself. The choice is yours. Will you see limitation, or will you choose to see possibility? Key point 2. Energy follows the direction of focus. One of the most profound laws of reality is that energy flows wherever attention goes. Every thought you dwell on, every emotion you nurture, and every vision you entertain channels energy into that very direction. This is why people who constantly focus on problems tend to attract more difficulties, while those who set their minds on solutions create breakthroughs. Kalen Junior emphasizes that your focus is not passive. It is a directive force, shaping outcomes in your environment and even influencing the opportunities that arise before you. Your focus, whether conscious or unconscious, directs the unfolding of your reality. When your focus is scattered or negative, your energy becomes fragmented, leaving you drained and ineffective. Think of your attention as a magnifying glass. When it is diffused, nothing burns, but when concentrated, it ignites fire. The same principle applies to life. Many people unknowingly reinforce patterns of failure or mediocrity simply by keeping their attention fixed on fears, limitations, and distractions. In contrast, those who master their focus become deliberate creators, channeling energy into growth, abundance, and purpose. Mastering focus requires both awareness and discipline. Awareness allows you to notice where your attention flows throughout the day, whether to negativity, gossip, anxiety, or creativity and progress. Discipline is the conscious redirection of that focus toward what truly matters. Kalen Junior teaches that even subtle shifts, like choosing to think about possibilities instead of obstacles, can redirect streams of energy and unlock hidden pathways. In essence, your focus is the key to magnifying your intentions into tangible results. Ultimately, the law that energy follows focus reveals why intention, visualization, and mental clarity are so powerful. If you repeatedly and deliberately focus on what you desire with belief and feeling, energy will flow to it, and reality will begin to bend in alignment. This law places responsibility squarely on the individual. You are not at the mercy of random events, but are actively shaping your destiny through the direction of your focus. Your task is to cultivate clarity, eliminate distractions, and direct your energy like a laser beam toward the reality you wish to create. Action steps. 1. Track your focus daily. Carry a small notebook or use your phone to note where your mind drifts throughout the day. Are you feeding your energy to negativity or progress? 2. Create a focus ritual. Dedicate 10 to 15 minutes each morning to visualizing your goals with deep concentration and emotional involvement, aligning your energy with what you desire. 3. Cut off distractions. Identify the top 3 distractions draining your attention, whether it's endless scrolling, gossip, or self-doubt, and commit to replacing them with activities that align with your purpose. Energy always follows the path of your focus. If your attention is scattered, so will be your results. But if your focus is clear and intentional, your energy becomes unstoppable. Remember, your reality is not defined by chance but by choice, the choice of where you place your focus every single day. Key point 3. The law of vibration governs all things. At the core of Kalen Junior's philosophy lies the truth that everything in existence operates on vibration. Nothing is truly still, not even objects we perceive as solid. From the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, everything vibrates at a frequency that determines its form, energy, and interaction with the universe. Our thoughts, emotions, and even words carry their own vibrational frequency, which shapes the reality we experience. When we carry vibrations of fear, doubt, or negativity, we attract circumstances aligned with those low frequencies. On the other hand, higher vibrations such as love, gratitude, and optimism create harmony and abundance in our lives. This principle reveals why two people can live in the same environment, yet experience life differently. Their vibrational states influence what they attract, how they perceive opportunities, and the quality of their relationships. The law of vibration explains phenomena such as intuition, resonance, and even manifestation. For example, when you feel a strong connection with someone you've just met, it's not coincidence but vibrational alignment at work. Likewise, when you consistently raise your emotional and mental vibration, you draw in people, experiences, and outcomes that resonate with that state of being. Mastering this law requires intentional awareness of the vibrations you emit daily. This involves monitoring your inner dialogue, managing your emotions, and choosing environments and relationships that uplift rather than drain you. Music, meditation, affirmations, and acts of kindness are powerful tools to elevate your vibrational frequency. The more you align your vibration with what you seek, the faster those realities begin to manifest. It is not merely wishful thinking, but an energetic alignment that the universe responds to with precision. Ultimately, the law of vibration teaches us that reality is not fixed, but fluid, molded by the frequency we embody. You are not just a passive observer, but an active transmitter of energy. To shift your life, you must first shift your vibration. When you raise your internal frequency, your external world adjusts to match it, proving that vibration is the silent architect of reality. Action steps. 1. Practice emotional awareness daily. When you feel low, pause and identify the thought patterns lowering your vibration, then consciously shift them to gratitude or hope. 2. Surround yourself with high vibrational inputs. Choose uplifting music, books, conversations, and environments that energize your spirit. 3. Use vibration-raising rituals. Start your mornings with affirmations, meditation, or breathwork to set your frequency high before facing the day. The law of vibration is a reminder that your life's frequency sets the tone for your reality. When you consciously choose higher vibrations, you reshape the world around you. Your energy is not passive, it is the invisible force sculpting your destiny. So ask yourself, what vibration are you living in today, and is it aligned with the reality you desire? Key point 4. Belief systems create invisible boundaries. Beliefs are not just ideas we hold in our minds, they are powerful filters that shape how we interpret reality and what we consider possible. From childhood, we absorb beliefs from parents, culture, religion, and experiences. Many of these beliefs operate unconsciously, silently dictating the limits of our achievements. If you believe wealth is only for a select few, your mind will unconsciously block opportunities that could lead to financial abundance. Similarly, if you believe you are unworthy of love, you may sabotage relationships without realizing it. Beliefs form invisible walls that confine us, not because the external world is limited, but because our internal programming convinces us it is. These invisible boundaries determine whether you perceive life as abundant or scarce, whether you see challenges as opportunities or obstacles. The danger is that most people rarely question their beliefs, mistaking them for facts. As a result, they live inside a mental prison of self-imposed limitations. The truth is that beliefs are not fixed. They can be challenged, reshaped, and replaced. Once a limiting belief is dismantled, the invisible boundary it created dissolves, opening new pathways for growth and achievement. For example, changing the belief, "I'm not good at business," to "I can learn the skills to succeed in business," immediately shifts both mindset and action, expanding possibilities. The process of transformation begins by identifying beliefs that no longer serve you. This requires honest self-reflection. What do I believe about money, success, relationships, or my potential? Are these beliefs empowering or restricting? Once exposed, limiting beliefs lose much of their power. By replacing them with empowering beliefs and reinforcing them through repetition, visualization, and aligned action, you reprogram the subconscious mind. Over time, new beliefs expand your possibilities, dissolve the invisible barriers, and allow you to step into a reality that once felt impossible. Ultimately, belief systems act as the blueprint of your life. They either confine you within invisible boundaries or liberate you into limitless growth. By consciously choosing beliefs that empower, you break free from inherited mental prisons and reclaim your ability to create the life you desire. Action steps. 1. Write down your core beliefs about money, relationships, success, and self-worth. Then separate empowering beliefs from limiting ones. 2. Challenge one limiting belief this week by asking, "Who told me this, and is it absolutely true?" Replace it with a more empowering belief. 3. Reinforce empowering beliefs daily through affirmations, visualization, and aligned action until they become second nature. Beliefs shape the edges of your reality. When you accept them without question, they form invisible boundaries that hold you back. But when you challenge, rewrite, and elevate them, you discover that the only limits that ever existed were in your mind. The question is, are you ready to tear down the invisible walls and step into your true potential? Key point 5. The subconscious mind is the gateway of power. The subconscious mind is one of the most powerful yet misunderstood aspects of human existence. Kalen Junior explains that while the conscious mind acts as the decision maker, it is the subconscious that truly executes and shapes reality. Every belief, every habit, and every recurring emotional pattern is imprinted deeply in the subconscious. Once something is planted there, it influences behavior automatically, without resistance. This is why many people find themselves repeating cycles in life. They are unknowingly governed by subconscious programs. The subconscious mind does not filter or argue. It simply accepts whatever is consistently impressed upon it through thoughts, emotions, repetition, and imagination. This makes it both a powerful tool and a dangerous trap. If fed with fear, doubt, and limitation, it will reproduce those conditions endlessly. However, when nourished with empowering beliefs, positive images, and clear intentions, it becomes the gateway to extraordinary creativity, healing, and manifestation. Kalen emphasizes that mastery of life is directly tied to mastery of the subconscious. One of the greatest truths of the subconscious is that it responds best to emotion and imagery rather than logic. That is why visualization, affirmations charged with feeling, and repeated actions form the strongest pathways into this hidden realm. By learning to align the conscious input with the subconscious, individuals can remove internal resistance and allow reality to flow in harmony with their desires. This alignment unlocks hidden abilities such as enhanced intuition, deeper problem solving, and even accelerated opportunities in life. Kalen concludes that the subconscious is not just a mental function, but a gateway to universal intelligence. It acts as a bridge between the individual mind and the collective consciousness of existence. By accessing this power responsibly, one can step beyond surface-level living into a life of intentional creation and limitless growth. Action steps. 1. Practice emotional visualization. Spend at least 10 minutes daily vividly imagining your desired outcome while engaging strong emotions of gratitude and joy as if it has already manifested. 2. Reprogram through repetition. Create short, powerful affirmations aligned with your goals and repeat them consistently, especially before sleep and upon waking. 3. Guard subconscious input. Be mindful of what you consume. Avoid negative media, toxic conversations, and self-sabotaging thoughts that might seep into your subconscious. The subconscious mind is the silent architect of your destiny. What you allow to enter it will eventually be built into your reality. If you want transformation, Start by reprogramming the gateway of power within you. For when your subconscious aligns with your conscious will, the entire universe bends to make way for your vision. Key point 6. Imagination unlocks hidden dimensions of reality. Imagination, as Kalen Junior teaches, is not child's play. It is a divine faculty, a hidden key to realities that exist beyond ordinary perception. Most people treat imagination as fiction, but Kalen reveals it as a creative tool that bridges the unseen with the seen. Every invention, discovery, and breakthrough humanity has ever known first existed as an image within someone's mind. This truth shows that imagination is not merely fantasy, it is the pre-creative stage of reality itself. When you imagine vividly and consistently, you are tapping into hidden dimensions of existence, realms of potential waiting to be brought forth. Imagination allows you to step outside of current limitations and explore possibilities unrestricted by logic or circumstance. It is within these inner visions that solutions to problems, innovative ideas, and new realities take shape. The more deeply you engage the imagination, the more real it becomes to your subconscious, and eventually, your subconscious projects it outward into your lived experience. Kalen stresses that imagination is more than visualization, it is a spiritual technology. When charged with emotion and belief, imagination becomes a magnetic force that draws corresponding experiences into your life. This is why great creators, mystics, and visionaries throughout history seem to live ahead of their time. They were actively exploring dimensions others had not yet accessed. By cultivating imagination, you train yourself to live not only in the world as it is, but also in the world as it could be. Ultimately, imagination is not escapism, it is alignment with a higher reality. By consciously using your imagination, you unlock a creative partnership with universal intelligence, gaining access to hidden truths, unseen guidance, and limitless opportunities for expansion. Kalen emphasizes that those who master imagination begin to live beyond chance and enter into deliberate creation. Action steps. 1. Daily creative practice. Dedicate 10-15 minutes each day to imagine a reality you desire, see it, feel it, and walk through it in your mind until it feels tangible. 2. Use imagination for problem solving. Instead of stressing over challenges, visualize possible solutions and allow creative ideas to emerge. 3. Combine imagination with belief. Strengthen your inner visions with affirmations and gratitude, making your imagined reality feel as though it is already true. Imagination is the doorway through which hidden dimensions reveal themselves. If you dare to dream vividly and believe deeply, you will find that what once lived only in your mind can become the world you walk in. For imagination is not illusion, it is the seed of reality waiting for you to bring it to life. Key point 7. Time is an illusion. Presence holds true power. In The Forbidden Laws of Reality, Kalen Junior unveils one of the most challenging truths for the human mind to grasp. Time, as we experience it, is an illusion. We often view life as a linear journey, past behind us, future ahead, and the present, as a fleeting moment between the two. But Kalen dismantles this belief, revealing that time is a mental construct, a framework designed to help us organize events, but not the ultimate truth of existence. In reality, only the present moment is real. The past exists only as memory, and the future as imagination, both generated by the mind. This realization carries immense power. If you are trapped in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future, you are living in illusions, disconnected from the creative force of now. Kalen teaches that the present moment holds infinite potential because it is only in the now that consciousness can act, create, and align with higher intelligence. The secret, then, is learning to anchor yourself in presence, becoming fully aware, fully alive, and fully responsive to the reality unfolding here and now. By mastering presence, you transcend the limitations imposed by the illusion of time. You stop chasing the future or being haunted by the past, and instead awaken to your power to shape reality moment by moment. This is where miracles happen, not tomorrow, not yesterday, but in the eternal now. Kalen emphasizes that presence is not passive. It is an active state of heightened awareness where intuition sharpens, imagination becomes alive, and emotions fuel creation with purity. When you live in presence, you step outside the prison of time and into the flow of divine intelligence. Action steps. 1. Practice mindful breathing. Pause throughout the day and take 3 deep breaths, focusing only on the present moment. This interrupts time-based thinking. 2. Shift from past, future to now. Whenever you catch yourself worrying about the future or regretting the past, remind yourself, the only power I have is here, now. 3. Anchor with awareness. Engage fully in simple activities like eating, walking, or listening. Train yourself to notice details, keeping your attention grounded in the present. Time is the illusion that keeps you running in circles. Presence is the power that sets you free. When you master the now, you no longer wait for life to happen. You create it as it unfolds, moment by sacred moment. Key point 8. Challenges are codes for growth and expansion. Kalen Junior reframes what most people fear and avoid: challenges. He explains that obstacles are not random punishments or unfortunate accidents, but rather coded lessons from reality itself. Every difficulty you encounter carries within it a hidden message, designed specifically to stretch your consciousness, reveal your untapped strength, and expand your potential. Challenges are the universe's way of speaking to you, pushing you toward growth that comfort could never deliver. Kalen emphasizes that when you resist challenges, you resist your own evolution. Struggles act as initiations into higher levels of awareness, forcing you to adapt, shed limiting beliefs, and awaken dormant abilities. Pain, setbacks, and uncertainty are not meant to break you. They are signals that you are stepping into a new dimension of your personal development. The key is learning to decode these challenges, asking not, "Why me?" but "What is this teaching me?" With this shift, every obstacle becomes a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. When you approach life this way, challenges lose their power to paralyze you. Instead, they energize you, because you begin to recognize them as purposeful. Each one carries a code, a set of instructions embedded within the experience that, once unlocked, transforms you into a more capable, resilient, and powerful creator. In Kalen's words, challenges are sacred training grounds, designed to prepare you for the greater realities you are destined to shape. Action steps. 1. Reframe your struggles. The next time you face a problem, ask yourself, what is the hidden lesson or code in this challenge? 2. Keep a challenge journal. Document the obstacles you face and note what strengths or insights they reveal over time. 3. Lean into discomfort. Instead of avoiding challenges, embrace them as opportunities to expand your capacity for strength, creativity, and wisdom. Challenges are not curses, they are codes, and once you learn to unlock their meaning, every obstacle becomes a doorway to growth, every setback a push toward expansion, and every trial a teacher leading you closer to your true power. Key point 9. The law of cause and effect is unforgiving. Kalen Junior stresses one of the most powerful principles governing existence, the law of cause and effect. This law declares that nothing happens by accident. Every action, every thought, every decision sets into motion a chain of consequences that cannot be avoided. It is unforgiving because reality does not care about excuses, intentions, or ignorance. It only responds to the causes you set in motion. If the cause is planted, the effect will come, whether or not you are prepared for it. Kalen explains that many people mistakenly believe life is unfair, when in truth, life is perfectly fair. It simply mirrors back the seeds they sow. Plant negativity, and you reap struggle. Plant wisdom and persistence, and you reap success. The universe cannot be bribed, tricked, or bypassed. To live unconsciously is to continuously trigger effects you may not want. But once they are in motion, they will unfold regardless. This is why Kalen calls the law unforgiving, because it offers no escape except through awareness and responsibility. Yet, within this rigidity lies incredible empowerment. If you truly understand the law, you realize that you are never a victim. You are always at the helm, shaping your reality through the causes you generate. Every effect you currently live through is the result of past causes, and every cause you set today is writing the script for your future. When mastered, this law becomes liberating. It gives you the power to create with intention instead of reacting with regret. Action steps. 1. Audit your causes. Reflect on your current habits, thoughts, and actions. Ask, what effects are these causes setting in motion for my future? 2. Take radical responsibility. Stop blaming external forces. Own the reality you've created so you can consciously redirect it. 3. Plant different seeds. Each day, intentionally sow thoughts, words, and actions aligned with the future you want to manifest. The law of cause and effect does not bend for anyone. It is firm, it is just, and it is exact. And when you learn to master it, you stop being a victim of circumstances and become the architect of your destiny. Key point 10. Alignment with universal order creates flow. Kalen Junior teaches that the universe operates by laws that are precise, unchanging, and impartial. Just like the law of gravity, these principles do not bend for anyone. When you resist them, life feels like a constant uphill battle filled with struggle, friction, and setbacks. But when you align with the universal order, you step into flow, an effortless state where doors open, opportunities arise, and things seem to move in harmony with your intentions. Alignment is about syncing your inner world with the natural rhythm of existence rather than fighting against it. This alignment begins with awareness. It requires you to observe the patterns of your life and recognize where your thoughts, choices, or habits conflict with higher principles such as cause and effect, balance, and presence. When your inner state is chaotic, you attract chaos. But when your mind and emotions are balanced, you naturally resonate with order, and life reflects this order back to you. Flow emerges when your thoughts, emotions, and actions stop contradicting one another, and instead work as one unified force directed toward your purpose. Living in alignment with universal order does not mean everything becomes perfect overnight. It means you stop resisting reality and instead learn to ride its currents. You no longer fight to force outcomes. You align and then allow. This shift transforms struggle into ease and scarcity into abundance. Flow is not luck. It is the byproduct of harmonizing with the timeless blueprint of reality. Action steps. 1. Identify resistance points. Journal about areas in your life where you feel constant struggle and ask yourself what universal law you may be resisting. 2. Practice inner balance. Incorporate mindfulness or meditation daily to bring your thoughts and emotions into alignment. 3. Flow with, not against. When challenges arise, instead of fighting them, ask how you can learn from and move with them, trusting they are part of the universal order. The secret to flow is simple. Stop resisting the laws that govern reality and start aligning with them. When you live in harmony with universal order, life no longer feels forced. It unfolds, and you move with effortless power. Key point 11. Knowledge without action breaks the chain of manifestation. In the Forbidden Laws of Reality, Kalen Junior reminds us that knowledge alone is not power. It is only potential. True power comes when knowledge is acted upon. You may understand universal laws, have clarity of vision, or even master deep insights about life. But if you do not take action, the chain of manifestation is broken. The universe responds not only to what you know or believe, but also to the steps you take to embody that knowledge in the physical world. Kalen explains that many people remain trapped in cycles of theory and endless learning because they fear failure or doubt their readiness. But in truth, inaction is the greatest form of resistance. It signals to the universe that you are not serious about your desires, and so your manifestations remain incomplete. Action is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. It is the alchemy that turns energy, thought, and intention into tangible reality. The message here is clear: wisdom is wasted if it never leaves the mind. Just as a seed must be planted in the soil to bear fruit, your knowledge must be translated into consistent, purposeful action. Even imperfect steps forward carry more power than years of silent understanding. Action is the proof of faith, the language the universe honors most, and the missing piece in many people's pursuit of transformation. Action steps. 1. Apply immediately. After learning a new principle, commit to taking at least one small action that puts it into practice within 24 hours. 2. Break big goals into steps. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, divide your goals into smaller, doable actions and move on them consistently. 3. Measure action, not just learning. Track how much of your knowledge is being lived out in practice. Focus less on accumulation and more on embodiment. Knowledge is light, but action is the spark that makes it shine in your life. If you want your manifestations to become reality, stop waiting. Take the step, however small, and keep the chain of creation unbroken. Key point 12. Mastery of self is the ultimate forbidden law. Kalen Junior concludes with one of the deepest truths: mastery of self is the highest and most forbidden law because it unlocks everything else. To master yourself means to gain full command over your thoughts, emotions, impulses, and inner states. It is to become the architect of your own mind rather than a prisoner of conditioning. When you master yourself, external circumstances lose their power over you, and life begins to flow in alignment with your will. Kalen emphasizes that without self-mastery, the other laws cannot be fully applied. You may understand presence, imagination, universal order, or cause and effect, but if you are still ruled by fear, doubt, or ego, you will sabotage your own manifestations. Mastery requires discipline, self-awareness, and the courage to face your shadows. It is not about controlling life. It is about controlling how you respond to life. By transcending inner chaos, you step into true sovereignty, the place where creation and destiny are no longer random, but chosen. Ultimately, mastery of self is the forbidden law, because it dissolves illusions of external control. Society thrives on distraction and dependency, but self-mastery frees you from both. When you conquer yourself, you no longer chase power, you embody it. You become unshakable, aligned, and in full harmony with universal flow. This is the key that opens every locked door in the hidden architecture of reality. Action steps. 1. Daily self-reflection. Spend at least 10 minutes each day observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment to strengthen self-awareness. 2. Practice emotional discipline. Learn to pause before reacting, choosing responses that reflect your higher self rather than your impulses. 3. Commit to inner growth. Set long-term goals not just for external achievements, but for mastering patience, resilience, focus, and clarity. The final truth is this: conquer the self, and you conquer reality. Mastery of self is the ultimate forbidden law because once you hold it, nothing outside of you can ever truly hold power over your destiny again. You've just uncovered the 12 forbidden laws of reality, principles that shape wealth, power, happiness, and even manifestation itself. But remember, knowing these laws is only the beginning. Real transformation happens when you apply them consistently in your own life. At Summary Shelf, our mission is simple: to bring you the wisdom of life-changing books in a way that fuels both your personal growth and your professional success. Every summary is designed not just to inform you, but to empower you with tools you can immediately put into action. If today's breakdown of the forbidden laws of reality gave you new insights, imagine what's ahead when you join us on this journey of lifelong learning. So don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and give this video a like, so you'll always be the first to access the summaries that can change your perspective and your future. And most importantly, share this video with friends, colleagues, or anyone who's ready to unlock the hidden architecture of life. Because when we grow together, we rise together. This is Summary Shelf, and we'll be back soon with another powerful book that could redefine the way you see the world. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep shaping your reality.